Yo, what's going on, guys? Brian and Jim here, and welcome to our second game in our Simpsons-a-thon Palooza month thing.
Damn it!
Yeah, you get it. Anyway, today we're looking at Bart versus the Space Mutants. Now, we are aware this game came out on the Genesis and multiple other systems, but we're mostly going to be focusing on the NES.
Developed by Imagineering and published by Acclaim, this game came out in 1991. And get used to us saying Acclaim a lot because I can only assume they had the license for The Simpsons because holy shit did they make a ton of games for them in the early 90s.
Wait 1 second.
What? What do you want?
Look at this title screen. Why is Marge and Maggie's dress not the right color? Marge doesn't have a red dress, she has a green dress. Maggie has a blue. What the hell? They can't even get the colors right?
Yeah, that's the problem we're gonna see with a lot of these NES games.
And goddamn it, why are Homer's feet now skin colored? He has black shoes on! Damn it!
Are you done?
I don't like the color of the TV either.
Alright, there you go. So, alright, I lost my train of thought. Thanks! Alright, just go to the goddamn graphics.
You know what? I will go to graphics, but before we do that, before I even get to the graphics, I'm adding a beer to the beer requirement meter. Because fuck that. Everything's wrong already. Alright. The graphics. Well, there's a reason we started with this game as number 2 for the NES titles. Get used to the way Bart looks and most of the sprites in the game, because everything after this just copies this format. It's okay. I mean, it's just a very average NES game. There's some interesting things, like when you go to X-ray mode, even the colors bland as dick. And the first stage of the game, your objective, well, turn things purple, not purple. In most cases, it's red. So, yeah, the color palette gets really boring really fast. This game will have you seeing red in no time.
I hate you!
Yeah, I hate this game. The enemies, if you want to call them enemies, are these little alien things. No reason why they don't look the same as they do on the title screen, but whatever. So before we go on and give you the scores, we did play the Genesis version, but we really didn't think it was worth talking about. It's the same exact game, just updated graphics and different sounds. It's not really worth a whole nother review. In the end, I gave it a 5, Jim gave it a 4. Fuck it, I'm adding 2 more beers to the beer requirement meter.
Oh, the sound. Look, I realize this is an 8-bit game, but listen to this. It hurts the ears. It recreates the Simpsons theme, but it's really grating on the ears. It's full of reverb and just, it's just not pleasant to listen to. You know what? I'm probably gonna need at least 2 beers just for the Simpsons theme alone. Every stage does have a different song, and none of them get any better. And you know what? Let's throw another beer in there, because the sound effects are few and far between, and they are very simple as well. There's a couple voiceovers, like...
Eat my short.
The game sucks, so we didn't get as far as we would like, but we heard maybe 2 to 3 different voiceovers, tops. The sound sucks. We gave it 4s.
Fuck the control. That pretty much sums up how I feel about it. It's the NES controller, so one of them is of course going to be a jump, the other one is use your items, but then they throw in this. You gotta fucking use select to go through your items, and you gotta do it in the middle of the game, which is annoying as dick. The jumping and running and all that shit, it's the same button. You have to hold down B to start your run, and you gotta hit B to run. So if you want to do a running jump, it's annoying as hell. And there's this weird, stiff, slippery thing going on whenever you try and land on a platform. It's just goddamn awful. Give me like 2 more beers to this meter because I can't stand it. Can't tell you how many times I died just from bullshit jumps. Overall, me and Jim gave it 3s. Fuck this control.
Oh, God, the gameplay. I'm just gonna throw another beer in right now for saying that. This game, it tried. It tried to be different. It tried to be more than just a normal platformer. The problem is, it didn't do a good job. Each level, you have a different objective, and you're gonna have to either collect, or destroy, or do something in order to thwart the aliens' evil plans. Like, the first level, you're turning purple stuff red, for some reason. The second level, you're collecting hats. And it just kind of goes from there. Like, you're collecting nuclear rods, you're covering up exit signs, blah, 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 blah. it's dumb. It doesn't really make you think of The Simpsons. Besides that, the game's not intuitive at all. You have a bunch of items that you get throughout the course, and it's a lot of trial and error. It's an older game, and this happened a lot, and trial and error is fine when done well. But in this game, it's just unfair. You'll play through a whole section of the level, get far as shit, get to the very end, and then realize, oh no, I don't have this one item, and I can't go back. Well, guess I'm screwed. Also, some of the items, especially that fucking rocket, are so pixel perfect in how you have to use it that it's really unfair, and you can run out of your items almost instantly, just trying to do one simple thing. It had a lot of good ideas, there's a lot of bad execution, there's a lot of frustration. I'm throwing in another 3 beers just for how bland and frustrating this game can be, and we both gave it 4s.
The originality is honestly probably this game's highest point. Yes, they did try and do some new things like Jim mentioned, between being non-linear throughout a stage and having various items that you have to collect or destroy. We haven't really seen it that much, so yeah, they got some points for that, and it doesn't hurt that you're the first Simpsons game on a console. So like we said, we're a little more fair this time. I gave it a 7, Jim gave it a 6, so it rounds out to a 6.5. I guess we don't need to add another beer. You're already pretty drunk at this point.
Okay, replayability. It's like any other game back then. If you know what you're doing, you're gonna blast through it. So there's no replayability there. But the game's hard as shit, and there's a lot of trial and error, so that adds to it. Not a lot to say here. It's replayable for all the wrong reasons. We gave it 4s, and you know what? Screw it. I'll throw another beer on there just because the game pisses me off.
So overall, Bart versus the Space Mutants. What can be said? Well, I guess they took the opposite approach of the Simpsons show, where the Simpsons started off really great, and their seasons progressively got worse, especially past season 10. Whereas in video games, they started off pretty weak on consoles, and eventually got better, as you'll see later in the month. So, overall, me and Jim, we had to give it a 3.5. The shitty control, the annoying gameplay, the so-so graphics, it's just no good. When you have a BRM rating of 13, that means you need to get yourself 2 6-packs and just buy a random loose beer. Or, go ahead, buy yourself a case and just be drinking one after another, because this game is going to frustrate the shit out of you, and you're not going to get a whole lot of enjoyment, so you might as well enjoy your beer. As far as the beer pairings go, we're going to go with Stella Artois on this one. Why, you ask? Stella attempts to portray itself as a classy beer, but has hence got the nickname Wife Beater over in Europe. It's really not a classy beer. It's a lowbrow, low-flavor beer with a decent amount of alcohol, and it's fairly cheap. So, a game like Bart vs. the Space Mutants deserves a beer like this. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, I hope you subscribe or hit the like button. Come back tomorrow as we check out Bart vs. the World.